Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago, as usual, where the Wi-Fi usually works. Usually, but not always. Oh yes, it's good to be back in the city. I got some good stuff from Brecken. Did a big one for me, and that one's still baking. That one's still baking. So I'm going to start with this one from Zach. I haven't seen it because I've been in the airport the last 24 hours of my life. Okay, that's not true. I went to the hotel for a while.
Court does call the case of Carl Schultz versus Sadie George.
Four, not George.
Yeah, but well,
Sorry.
I know I have to go by what it's under.
Where would you like me?
You're on that side. Go ahead, Counsel.
Good afternoon, Natalie Benici, appearing for plaintiff.
All right, and your name?
Sadie Gore.
Okay. All right, this is a termination case. And where are we on this?
Your Honor, you adjourned this 2 weeks. The defendant said she had some documents to submit to the court and myself that we were not served with. I have been provided a copy of the documents that she wanted to submit to the court. I don't believe the documents have any relevance to termination of attendance. So I asked them to proceed today with termination.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Sadie Gore, I moved into the house with Mr. Schultz about 2.5 years ago or so. I worked and I paid rent. I worked with a friend. I was never late. I ended up getting sick last year. I had cancer and I just been recently diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder. Him and his father both told me I could stay until I got my disability or I was able to pay. During that time, and there's been trouble since the day I moved in, Your Honor. I wrote the paper. I don't want to get too into it, but the defendant has a lot of issues with mental instability and psychosis. And I've helped him through that. Even when I was a paying tenant, he would come to my room and ask to look for hidden cameras. His sister can vouch for that. She's his lawyer, and she is his family. I broke my phone that had that information on it. However, during that time too, he did take another tenant by the name of Chelsea Pritchell, and I inquired with him because I couldn't walk at the time. I wanted to move to the upstairs room, and he said she was moving in and she's crazy and she doesn't know how long to stay. Since then, there's been nothing but loud arguments, fights, alcoholic bottles everywhere. This recent fight that they got into, she was screaming and yelling that I was a horrible, disgusting human being with diseases and that she should push me down the stairs because I'm going to die anyways. And he messaged me saying, I'm so sorry. And I turned that into the court that he said, I'm sorry that she treats you this way everything for the last year, but he did nothing about it. When she was saying those things, he was loudly coming to my door, loudly.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am.
Sorry.
There is no lease, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So
that I gave Ms. Milligan, I'm assuming bacterial vaginosis.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did file with the Disability Determinant Services. They said it could be any day now. I did submit information that I've done that. I'm here with this. My doctor has to fill in a few more papers. I see him in a couple of weeks and I was going to ask him about that. But for right now, I literally have no place to live, 2 dogs, and a neurological disease that I'm waiting on disability papers or information from. I don't bother them since we've been in this litigation. It's been very quiet and peaceful. There was only one fight, and when I asked them to stop, they did. And they did not bring my name up.
All right. So let me ask this. Are the parties able to work out a move out date or no?
I think that's completely up to defendant when she can move out. I mean, she hasn't paid.
No. But I mean, she's got, from what I can understand, certain circumstances where it's going to be difficult for her to move immediately. And I don't know if there's any leeway on the plaintiff's side to give additional time regarding a move out.
She told me in early May that she was expecting her disability in about 2 weeks, so that was in the middle of May. We're now into the middle of July, so these things take time, and she just applied for it. I don't anticipate her getting disability within a few months.
I didn't-
Those take a couple of years.
I didn't
So
just file. I filed in September of 2025. They told me I'm on the last leg and they're waiting.
September of 25.
September 25, September 20th of 25. Yes, and I have a letter here from May saying that they.
Well, hold on, that can't be right unless I just went into a time.
24, I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
And they said they're just waiting on a few more things from my doctor, another one of my doctors. I never told her 2 weeks. I told her, they've told me 2 weeks, 3 months, January. I've heard all kinds of things from them, talking to them, but I have been keeping up with them. I have told her that I don't know, 3-4 months would be wonderful if they would give that to me. He told me that he can't let me stay because his girlfriend, the one that is in question, told him that she will leave. That is what he has told me several times. That she pays rent, so she gets the say.
Okay. So here's the question. How much time are
We're on the verge of a throuple here, people. I haven't seen it. I don't think it develops, but we are right on the edge of a throuple.
you asking for?
4 months would be great.
4 months? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you realistically, that's not gonna happen.
90 days?
That there isn't, and just let me finish, I don't see in here a legal basis by which you can stay. Okay, so it's gonna come down to a point of you having to leave. And I usually prefer it if the parties can work that out, but if they can't, then I just make the call. So I try to ask the parties how much time let's make certain assumptions, okay? Let's make the assumption that your disability doesn't come through anytime soon. You may not have in your mind what exactly you will do, but you'd basically be having to try to figure out some contingency plan in case it doesn't happen.
And
Okay,
I have been, but it's been really hard to do anything with this court case because I've been trying to defend myself. So I haven't even, he went so far as to turning the Wi-Fi off. I can't even do surveys to get dog food money anymore or to look for places to live. If this wasn't going on and he had come to me and given me 2 months maybe, I would have been able to figure.
were you guys just renters?
Yes. I just read it.
Okay, so why all the animosity?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's been in.
Okay,
Insane house since I moved in.
okay. Is the Wi-Fi off?
I changed the password of the Wi-Fi because
Okay, so why?
I figured I gave her a month's notice to leave. She didn't leave.
Okay, but really, let me just ask you, where does that get you? I mean, you're gonna shut the Wi-Fi off to force her out?
I don't know. I'm not gonna make it comfortable for her to stay if she hasn't paid rent in 9 months.
For Pete's sakes. So you're gonna just try to force her out? You're just gonna make it uncomfortable and do?
I didn't try to force anything. That's why we're here.
Okay, so here's gonna be the problem, and maybe counsel, you can talk to your client. At certain points, regardless, well, she's got a legitimate tenancy for whatever it is, to the extent it is. When he begins to interfere with utilities and other things, that creates other problems for your client, which could amount to a lockout claim. I don't understand why he changed the Wi-Fi password. That makes no sense to me.
Can I say one more thing?
Your Honor, she sent him harassing text messages in the middle of the night. It was.
I accidentally
my
clicked a smiley face on a message from
Excuse me.
years ago. and then you turn the Wi-Fi
This is a
off.
month-to-month tenancy at will. He's asking her to leave pursuant to MCL 554.134, it's paragraph 1. He will be willing to allow her to stay for 30 days. He will turn the Wi-Fi back on.
He's also unscrewed all the light bulbs, so I have to be in the dark downstairs and I have to stand on ladders in the dark. I have a neurological disease. I should not be standing on anything. Every day they come down and unscrew the light bulbs.
That's a complete lie.
Did you do anything with the lights?
It's what my friend Chelsea does.
Huh.
I didn't mess with the light at all.
And I have proof from him messaging me saying that.
Can you get out in 30 days?
No, 60 days, 90 days. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about 30 days.
Okay,
I have-
remember what I said. There would be a time period, you're gonna have to figure out some contingency plan in case what you're hoping to happen
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
happen.
my only plan is to have to move to Florida, and then I would lose all the doctors that I just became. You know, I have a group of doctors that are helping me. I have to move to Florida with my family. I would just, if I could just have a couple more months of not having stress on me. I've been sick for 2 years. It would be great to just not be harassed and just have a few moments to think. If I can come up with a logical situation if it doesn't go through.
How long's the Wi-Fi been off?
2 weeks, I think, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Week and a half, yeah.
He will turn the Wi-Fi back on and give her 30 days. The court will issue a complaint.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession. I'm gonna give her a little bit longer than 30 days. I'm gonna make it August 29th, and part of the court's rationale in doing that is take the 30 days. Plus, you just shouldn't have been shutting off the Wi-Fi. You should not, part of this process,
Based on what? I think he's absolutely wrong as a matter of law. It's not a utility. I haven't read that. So he's saying that this constitutes a lockout. Wrong. I would be shocked if that's the state of the law in the state of Michigan. Shocked. Wi-Fi is not essential. Heat, electricity, yes. Changing the locks, yes. Wi-Fi, absolutely not. Maybe I'm wrong.
that being the court, is to let that process work. You should not resort to any type of self-help. Am I understood?
Yes. Your Honor.
So I will grant a judgment, finding no tribal issue. Court will grant a judgment to the plaintiff for possession of the premises. A writ would issue after August 29th, 2025. What's the setup of the premises so that I can sort of be clear on this?
It is a residential home, and
Okay.
she lives in the basement. He lives upstairs on the main floor. It's I guess a one-story home, with a
Gotcha.
few bedrooms on the first
She's definitely a basement dweller.
floor, and then there's a basement with a bedroom that the defendant lives in.
With huntsman spiders, I have an infestation right now, about 5, 10 of them. I woke up with one by my side of my bed.
How about you shut up and pay your rent? Then maybe we'll start listening to you.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do that. So the only portion of the premises that she occupies is the basement. Is that?
And the bathroom at the top of the stairs.
So I will sign a judgment to that effect, granting judgment for possession. with a writ date of August 29th. All right. So ma'am, that gives you the time in terms of your trying to find your contingency plan. It also admonishes you and puts you on fair notice that should a motion come back before this court that there is any type of self-help, then the court will take whatever remedies it deems necessary to protect what is or affects still now a tenancy. Understood?
Yes, understood, Your Honor.
I'll sign the judgment when you submit it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not feeling it. Okay. Let me see here.
For a prosecutor asks you questions, you don't have to answer their questions. If you do, your answers could be used against you later on in a court proceeding. You can stop answering questions at any time. You can hire an attorney to be there with you before, during, and after any questions.
We talking to me or we talking to them?
All of y'all.
Everybody.
All
If
of
you-
them.
Yeah, everybody. If you cannot afford an attorney, you have the right to request a court-appointed attorney. If you're charged with a felony, you have the right to an examining trial. If
I
you're
got a felony.
of the United States, you have a right to contact your consulate to let them know you're in jail today. All right, Mr. Leba, you can come on up to the counter. in the middle
Yeah,
area with
I
my
am
voice.
Mr. LeBay, not Leba. LeBay is French.
Come up here. Come up here.
Henry,
French.
all right, you're here on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond is set at 25.
I ain't had a weapon. I had a little small knife. The guy blew out a spray. When he blew out a spray in my face, I gave
Hire
him
your
a
own
fat
attorney,
bird.
ask the court appointed, or wait and make that decision later.
Look, I don't got time to hear you. Get me out of here.
We gotta
Well,
get some
let's go
signatures
to the
from
county
you. One.
jail. I am mad. I just got back from Arizona.
Wow. That was fun.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Judge?
We are on the record, Missy.
Yes, we are, Judge.
Thank you. We are on the record in the 13th Judicial District, the District Court of Greenwood, County, Kansas. This matter does come on for preliminary hearing in case number 2025 CR 74, State of Kansas versus Robert Lee Williams. Please announce appearances.
May it please the court, this state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
May it please the court, Mr. Williams appears in person from the Greenwood County Jail. Zoom with counsel Christopher Ambrose, Farvis Legal, appearing from a separate location this morning.
We are set for preliminary hearing on a number of felony charges. Are the parties ready to proceed? Ms. Gillette?
The state's ready to proceed. We have Officer Fisher here, Deputy Fisher. I don't know if Mr. Ambrose needed to have a breakout room with his client or not.
And Judge, if I could have just a really brief one, I met with him yesterday, but he left me a voicemail late last evening. So if I could have just a second with him, I'd appreciate it.
All right, that'd be fine. Missy?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, we are back on the record in 25 CR 74. All parties as before, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state, Chris Ambrose for the defendant, Robert Lee Williams, who appears in person from the county jail. And Mr. Ambrose, again, are the parties ready for preliminary hearing?
We're ready to move forward, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Gillette, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, we'll call Deputy Blake Fisher.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very well. Please proceed.
Could you please state your name for the record?
Deputy Blake D. Fisher
And how are you employed?
by the Greenwood County Sheriff's Office.
And Were you on duty on Friday, May 23rd, 2025?
I was.
I'm trying to figure out why there's a slight echo in here, Judge, but I have to have my laptop on for the, there we go. No, there's still an echo and I told it to turn on. How long have you been employed by the Greenwood County Sheriff's Office?
Since December of 2019.
And since December of 2019, have you had experience with traffic stops?
Since January of 2021, I have.
And I'm gonna see. Since 2021, have you done numerous roadside stops?
I have.
And have you had training?
I have.
What kind of training have you had?
Standard field training.
And have you taken any special training courses for roadside?
Just standard.
Now, what brought you to the defendant in this matter?
I was dispatched to the report of an individual on the south side of US Highway 400 between the 320 and 325 mile marker, which are in Greenwood County. The male individual was attempting to flag vehicles down, so it was a motorist assist call.
Did you then respond to the motorist assist call?
I did, and I located the vehicle at the approximate 323 mile marker in Greenwood County.
And what did you observe when you got there?
I observed an African male individual who was later identified as Robert Williams exiting the front driver's seat of the vehicle and standing on the shoulder of the roadway.
And did you stop to see what was going on with the vehicle?
I did.
Is it common for you to go to stranded vehicles to provide safety on the highway?
It is.
And what do you do when you provide safety for the highway when there's a vehicle stranded on it?
Typically, I activate my emergency lights on my patrol vehicle to let other vehicles know that we're stopped on the side of the roadway.
Did you do that in this case?
I did.
Did you have a dash camera on and available during the stop?
I did.
And is it correct with any modifications or corrections to it?
It is correct as to my knowledge.
And it displays everything that happened during the time that you interacted with Mr. Williams and his occupants?
It does.
Your Honor, we would like to admit as State's Exhibit 1, the dash cam video of Deputy Blake Fisher's patrol vehicle.
Any objection to Exhibit 1 being admitted?
Not for preliminary hearing purposes, Your Honor.
States 1 is exhibit, States 1 exhibit is admitted.
Permission to share screen, Your Honor.
Granted.
Ooh, we get video. I love video. I hope it's spicy. Somehow I doubt it.
Missy's going to have to turn share screen on.
Okay, Missy, if you would, please.
It should be on now.
Okay, I understand this is the dash cam video of the witness. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor. I have to turn my sound off so I can turn the sound on for the video and we won't have feedback.
Okay.
Hey, Sheriff, I'm 23, B400 eastbound at the 323. It's gonna be, I believe, Colorado, X-ray David Edward 630. It might be Oregon. How you doing?
Sheriff 40 and 165, 1017.
Now, Deputy, what did you notice about the vehicle when you approached it?
There was 2 occupants in the rear seats of the vehicle. The rear seats looked to be folded down with the occupants laying across them.
Okay. And who were the occupants of the vehicle?
The co-defendant in this case, Jessica Heath, and her juvenile daughter.
And were the seatbelts available to the occupants?
They were not.
Besides the seats being folded down, was there anything else interesting about that back part of the vehicle?
I was able to smell the odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle based on my training and experience.
And were the occupants laying on top of anything?
They were laying on top of a mattress type thing that was across the entire rear portion of the vehicle.
And was the juvenile secured in any way?
She was not.
Did you at some point call for backup?
I did.
Okay. And after you called, did you continue to independent in this?
I apologize, Jill. You're breaking up a little bit.
Did you continue to interact with the defendant in this matter?
I did.
All right, we'll continue the video, Your Honor. We paused at 144 and we're going to move on from there.
165.
You know, he's just saying stony stuff right now. We can't hear it, but it's real stupid.
And now, Deputy, the individual that was facing rear towards us, can you identify which occupant that was?
That would be the defendant, Robert Williams.
No, I mean in the vehicle.
Oh, that'd be Jessica Heath.
Ms. Gillette, did you indicate that we are supposed to see someone facing us?
I just gotta let my
Yes, Judge, I can back it up for you so you can see it again.
Okay.
You look carefully in the back glass, you'll be able to see a
65,
face.
1017.
Maybe.
165.
Now, Deputy, how soon did you smell the marijuana when you initiated this traffic stop?
I was actually able to smell it when I exited my patrol vehicle.
And what made you believe it was coming from the vehicle?
There was a slight breeze and the windows were down in the vehicle somewhat. So after smelling it, approaching the vehicle, I just confirmed my suspicions.
Real quick, I just gotta let my dispatcher know what's going on. 8, sure.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be Oregon X-ray David Edward 630. I'll be having 3 out of the vehicle here in just a minute. Is 6 or 12 available?
No, 6 is 12, 1, 10, 7, quite a while ago.
10-4. Since I'm this close to Butler, you might see if they have a unit available. If not, F6 could start my way.
6, 10-4 direct.
Okay, Judge, we're stopping at 3 minutes and 59 seconds. We're going to switch over to the body cam. Deputy Fisher, were you equipped with a body cam?
I was.
And is it a true and accurate depiction of what was going on the night of the stop?
It was.
And have there been any modifications, changes, or corrections to that?
Not to my knowledge.
And Your Honor, we would like to admit as states to the body cam of Deputy Blake Fisher.
Any objection to Exhibit 2, the body cam of the witness being admitted?
Without objection for preliminary hearing purposes, Your Honor.
Very well, it is admitted.
Are you able to hear the sound okay, Your Honor?
I don't hear it at all.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna share screen again, Your Honor.
Very well.
Hey, Sheriff, I'm 23, B400 eastbound at the 323. It's gonna be, I believe, Colorado, X-ray David Edward 630. It might be Oregon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm got somebody retrieving some gas for it.
Okay, you got somebody bringing some gas?
Well, yeah, the guy that's, oh, no, he's been by, so thank God
Okay, are y'all from Oregon or what?
no, I'm not.
Hi. How we doing?
How you doing, man?
Come on out, Jessica.
Yeah, he.
Who's bringing you gas?
The guy that's, just, helping us with some gas here.
Okay, just hang out. I'll be back with you, okay?
Is there an issue there? Or?
I'll be right. Just hang on real quick. I just gotta let my dispatcher know what's going on. 8, sure.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be Oregon, X-ray David Edward 630. I'll be having 3 out of the vehicle here in just a minute. Is 6 or 12 available?
The 6 is, I believe 12 went 10-7 quite a while ago.
10-4. Since I'm this close to Butler, you might see if they have a unit available. If not, if 6 could start my way.
6 to 4 direct.
Deputy, do you guys carry gas in your
I do not personally know.
Would it be a danger to keep gas in your vehicle all the time?
It would.
So then if someone's out of gas, do you have to obtain it in a different manner?
Yes.
And would that also require a backup officer?
At times.
Let's talk a little bit about the front of the vehicle. He was trying to claim there was another person with them. Was there ever another person that materialized?
No. There was only 3 other male individuals that showed up later, and those individuals were the ones that went and retrieved gas.
Okay. Were they in any way connected to this vehicle?
No.
And let's talk about the front driver's seat. Was it open and available to drive?
Yes.
And did the defendant get in and out of the vehicle in the driver's seat as if he was the driver?
He did.
And let's talk about the front passenger seat. Was it available for anyone to ride in?
Absolutely not.
What was the condition of the front passenger seat?
It was completely filled with numerous belongings.
And I'll withdraw making a question. We'll go ahead and continue watching the body camera here.
How are we doing?
Good. I don't know.
My phone.
I don't have your phone.
What gives it?
It's okay. It's okay.
Do you have an ID on you?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
I meant to do that.
Where y'all coming from?
Well, he just left. He's just gonna get gas, so he'll be right back.
Well, I know. Where y'all
He's
coming
the
from
driver.
before that?
Where was it? Picking up their daughter.
Oh, okay.
Not me. He's the driver. The driver's gonna go get gas.
So you weren't driving?
No. This is my homeboy's car. He's taking us, baby. The guy that where we headed to? To the motel, where?
It was in Branson.
Branson, that's right. Branson, yeah. I was just getting a ride with them to help him anyway, but yeah, man. But he should be back by now. He said we're not.
It was gonna be like 30 minutes.
Like how long?
you have an ID on you?
I was asleep, so.
Huh?
Like,
I don't.
Where are you out
I'm
of?
just trolling you now.
I'm out of Kansas.
Kansas? Okay.
What's the problem, sir?
How are you?
Is there an issue though? or-
Yeah, oh yeah, there's an issue.
What's going on?
Step out here for me, huh? How old are you?
This is her daughter.
So that's my
11. Okay, you can just sit tight right there. I need you both out here for me.
Is there a problem though?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it to you here in just a second. So, before I ask you any questions, you're not under arrest. And I'm just gonna provide you your Miranda rights so you're aware of it, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, will be appointed to you by the court. So at any time during this questioning, you have the right to exercise the rights I provided you with. You understand that?
Yeah.
Do you understand that? Okay. So, reason I'm providing you your Miranda rights is there's odor of marijuana coming from within the vehicle.
What? Okay.
So is there any marijuana in the vehicle?
I give it to you right now. Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna search it. Nope,
need
don't
to.
get back in the. Don't get.
No, sir.
I need you to stay right
With
here.
With all due respect, sir. My brother's a cop. You can walk with me. I'll get a tray right there.
No, I don't want anybody in the vehicle right now.
Why?
Because
What's the
I'm
problem?
gonna search it. That's why I'm gonna search it.
Why you gonna search this vehicle and he's not even here for you to search this
Because
vehicle?
there's an odor of marijuana. That's why.
What?
So I need you.
Well, there's not only the odor of marijuana, there's your admission that it's in there. I don't know where we are, though. I don't know if it's illegal there.
I wouldn't give me that.
But it's relevant, even if it's legal, it's relevant in terms of hindering your ability to drive.
I don't care what's in the car, whatever. But this is not ours like that. So we want to know. We can't let you just get in the man's car vehicle. But you say you have reasons to go in there.
I got
you smell
probable
marijuana.
cause, yeah.
That's why. Let's just be fair enough. I mean, come on now. I mean, I don't want no problem because his daughter's here. First of all, I'm just asking you. You come see it yourself. The tray's right here. So.
Okay, just hang out
Yeah, about that not wanting problems. Too late.
outside of the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I don't want anybody else going in the car. She can stay in there. That's fine.
Okay.
But you two, I want standing right here.
But
Okay.
what I'm saying is, all due respect, sir. I'm on film.
I'll say, and there's a dog.
There's a dog.
That's
sir.
fine.
What I'm saying is that at least walk her to get the weeds. That way. her
No,
daughter
I'm
won't
gonna
be-
search the vehicle.
Well, why? That's not right. You can't do that. It's not our
I
vehicle
can't.
for you to
Yeah,
search.
I can. I can search the vehicle.
It's not right. It's right. It's not right. It's not fair. As close first cousin.
So hang out right here. Hey, Sheriff, did you have any traffic for me while I was out of the vehicle?
Definitely made contact with Butler County. They're sending one your way. They didn't have a ETA, didn't have an exact location, but they're getting one out to you pretty quick.
10-4, he's starting to get real finicky with me. You might call him back and let him know. Expediting would be preferred on this one.
You can't hear me
I got a
at all.
Kansas 27 when ready.
Seriously.
Go ahead.
King 02 58 6878.
And what was the 28 on the vehicle? I didn't catch it.
All right, so maybe I'll stop muting myself.
It's going to be out of Oregon, X-Ray David Edward 630.
It's too bad because everything I said was brilliant. Unlike anything that's ever occurred on this channel before.
6 on this motorist assist, what exactly are they needing?
Sheriff 6, they're requesting a unit to back. There's 4 people inside of one vehicle with only one other unit there.
Are they wanting 39 response?
Greenwood 8, Sheriff 6.
6, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I got 3. There's about to be 4. One's going to be showing up. I got 5D green, and I'm highly suspecting white in the vehicle. The one male has an ID card, and he's getting pretty finicky with me, so I'm just requesting it back if I can get one.
Absolutely, we'll be en route to you.
10-4, thank you.
Leon 910, Sheriff 6.
Now, Deputy, did you have to wait a while for someone to get there?
I did.
Is it difficult to watch the occupants and be able to search?
It is.
All right. So once a backup officer gets there, do you begin searching?
I did.
And at any point in this interaction, was the vehicle free to move or leave?
No.
And was it still out of gas throughout the interaction till it was towed?
As to my knowledge, yes.
Judge, we're going to skip forward in the video to, well, Deputy, did you end up doing a search of the vehicle?
I did.
And when did Butler County end up arriving?
I'm not exactly sure the exact time that they arrived.
All right. Did you start the probable, what time did you start the probable cause search of the vehicle?
At approximately 10:59 p.m.
All right, Judge, I'm going to skip ahead to the probable cause search.
Any objection to skipping?
No, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, please.
A little bit before that. I think this is close.
You both are methamphetamine users.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you see where my problem is?
I see what your problem is.
Do meth every day.
He's fine, man. We really are. We ain't been in no trouble for how long now? You okay, baby?
Yeah.
She's going through a lot of stress, man. We waited 2 weeks just for her to be able to take care of this, man.
Can I get out of the car?
You both are methamphetamine users.
Yes, sir.
Find it.
Has he already searched?
No, this is getting ready to be doing the search here in just a second. This
Number
is at
2 or number 1? Okay, come here.
27 minutes, 9 seconds of the video. The timestamp is
Come out here.
22:56, and he started the probable cause search at 22:59.
You wanna do it like right here by my tire? Well, actually, you know what? There's a camera right there. Come over here. Why don't you do it right here? All right.
I'm not fast enough where I need to. And I'm sorry. That's all right.
right, have a seat right there, okay?
Do you have anything I could call my grandma on, because my phone doesn't have service?
You're not gonna have anything right now, okay? Hey, Jim. Butler's here.
Okay. What you need me to do then?
Just head north and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And Deputy Fisher, have you already gotten a return that his driver's license is suspended as well?
I believe I did, yes.
Okay.
I really appreciate you being on.
I have no radio reception out here, so if you guys were trying to holler at me,
Yeah,
then
no,
I'm
we're-
sorry, Pendleton.
I've had the same issue out here.
It sucks.
I can't get out.
So they both admitted to meth usage. My partner just got here like 2 minutes before you guys did.
Yeah, I don't have signal either.
How many of you is coming?
My car will have signal. Is that part of it?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. We got, oh, you're good. Jim, I'm gonna have too many. If you want to go back up north, I got 2 other butlers. So if you want to go cover city, go cover city. I was gonna have to kind of.
How can we help?
So if you kind of want to keep them. He's the one that's getting really, really finicky.
Okay.
And I'm going to go 15 with him after I search the vehicle.
Okay.
They both admitted to meth usage, and I asked if there was any in the car. I have a juvenile in my car.
Okay.
He's getting real finicky when I'm starting to ask about the meth usage or if there's any in the car. There's marijuana in plain view. What up, Bubba? How you been? Good. All right.
We'll go hang out with him then.
All right, and then I'm going to kick my partner. He literally just got here before you did.
That's fine.
So I'm going to start a PC search. Thank you, Jim.
This is like a real police video embedded in a Webster court call. It's kind of cool.
You don't have any weapons or anything like that on you. All right, go sit in front of this.
Where is it? Are we gonna find it? Yeah, actually, I did that question. Ladies, you can tell me. Is a purse like that the sign of an actual hoarder? Or is that more common than, say, hoarding? Because I'm getting hoarder vibes.
Deputy, just a quick question. What all are you putting inside the camouflage bag?
I believe that was the drugs, the marijuana found, and the drug paraphernalia.
Was that to just keep it all together?
Yes.
Was there already drugs in the bag?
Yes.
Is anyone else thinking that being a cop is just a crappy job sometimes? On top of, like, having your life threatened and dealing with dummies, this kind of crap is tedious. Like, I don't want to go routing through somebody else's car, even if it's my job. It's just boring. I already know they have drugs. It's not exciting for me.
All right, copper. Okay, so do you know what marijuana is?
Well, I know what it technically kinda, yeah.
Okay. Have you... Is this your bag?
Yeah, it's the stuff that I was taking with me.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that here for now. Okay, just hang out with it. When I showed up, did they put anything, excuse me, anywhere?
Mom just put the bag on top of this stuff that was there. That's all I saw.
Huh?
What? I kind of want to get home because I'm tired.
It's gonna be just a little bit, okay?
Okay, will you guys be taking me home?
Yeah, we'll get you figured out, okay?
Okay.
Does she need EMS, did she say, or was she requesting EMS at all?
You need EMS to check her out?
Oh, no, baby, okay? I think she's.
Okay, so
I think she
I-
does.
huh?
It's not like her right now.
Okay, I'll get EMS started. So what's gonna make this process go a whole lot quicker is if you just tell me where the mess at. I don't want you getting up and taking me to it. I just want you to tell me where it's at. I found the marijuana. I want to know where the mess at.
There's no meth in there.
That's a lie.
Where?
You just told me that you just got done smoking. So
No,
to
I said
make this,
24
I
hours
will
ago.
sit out here all day. I will.
Go ahead, sir. I'm telling you, it's on the
Your
camera.
choice.
There's no meth there. I've been smoking weed. Yeah, but he said, where's the meth there? There's no meth there. I said 24 hours ago. I've been. All right, told him no. I said 24 hours ago. He just said,
Hey, Sheriff.
Hey, we do have a ferret though.
Okay. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for methamphetamine.
Who, me?
Yes, put your hands behind your back. I asked you a simple
Come on,
question,
man.
dude.
What are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He said methamphetamine's in there. Is that yours or mine?
Stand up.
Huh? Did you have meth in there, baby?
Do you or not?
Did you have do you have meth in there or not? Justin, talk to me right now, please. Yes or no?
I didn't think I had anything in there.
Well, he found something in there.
The whole thing was I was
It's hurt. Yeah, it's hurt.
around
man.
when I went to get
Babe,
my daughter.
okay, but is there in there?
Well, apparently there is.
I mean, I don't have nothing to do with that, man.
So that would be on me, but
Well, right now, he's got the meth charge because it's underneath the front driver's seat. And you was the one driving.
Whoa. Wait a minute. She just says it's hers, sir. I don't have nothing to do. Like I said, I had not smoked no marijuana, no ice with you, with her, nothing like that. She knows what she did. What's up, Jessica? Baby, is it yours or not? Is it yours?
Exciting and new.
I love it. I love it. It's so romantic. You heard her. She said it was hers.
I haven't met
Hey, Sheriff, I'm 1015 with the code 3 possession 5D white right now.
Under my driver's seat. No, it ain't mine. She just said it was hers, bro. Baby, you got said she did.
I had a baby. Is it yours or not? Jessica. Hey. Man, she knows it's not, man. Come on, man. You gonna be all right in here with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Deputy, which item did you find under the front driver's seat?
The glass methamphetamine smoking pipe with residue.
My own learning sake, you mind showing me? It's a whole pipe. Are you new? Yeah. Okay. Have you been to the academy yet? Part-time. Wait, what do you mean part-time? Like reserves. Oh, okay. I got you. No, this was just a lot of the time. So when he saw me pull up, he was moving around in the front of the car quite a bit. And then he jumped out real quick and he didn't want me coming up to this side, but I found it. This was underneath right there. So, and obviously he was given physiological indicators that he is a meth user, and he's going back and forth on his statements and yada yada. Have they told you? Or nothing. Did they tell you about me on the way over?
Me on the way over?
Me on the way over? I work over there part-time.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. I work in the jail.
Oh.
Tell me about it.
Where is she sitting at?
She was sitting back here. They had this whole bed back here. And the daughter was, like, they weren't even restrained.
Where's the daughter?
Yeah, she's in my car.
Oh.
11. And, I mean, when I tell you he was getting amped up, he's getting amped up. I mean, I was underneath the seat.
Good job, though. So proud of you, son.
Are you? Thanks, Pops. Silver Fox.
Watch it. My guys made me that way.
Deputy, what are you finding with the cigarette box?
Inside the cigarette box was a cellophane wrapper that contained crystalline substance consistent with methamphetamine. Based on my training and experience, I know positive for methamphetamine.
Did you find a pillowcase in the search?
I did. It was in the front passenger side area.
Okay. I'm going to stop the video there, Your Honor, because the search goes on to net that pillowcase that we can see later. Did you photograph a lot of the evidence?
I did.
And did you photograph inside the pillowcase?
I believe I did, yes.
And did you provide the state with the photographs of the stop?
I did.
And were there any corrections, modifications, or changes made to those?
Not to my knowledge.
Do they accurately reflect the evidence as you found it the night of?
They do.
Your Honor, I would like to share what is going to be marked as States 3 as image 4186 that was taken by Deputy Fisher.
And that's a photograph.
It's a photograph.
All right. Any objection to admission?
Without objection, Judge.
Very well, it is admitted. Exhibit 3.
Deputy, is this a picture of inside the pillowcase you found?
It is.
And did you end up weighing this
I did.
vegetation? And did you field test this
I did not.
vegetation? Based on your training and experience, does it appear to
It
be
did.
marijuana? And when you weighed it, what was the weight of
Approximately
it?
3.04 pounds.
Did you
Is that just the video being a little bit weird, or is he like stepping right on her talking? That's odd.
also photograph the inside of the bag as you originally found it?
Yes.
Judge, I would like to introduce the states for image number 4185. Again, Deputy, does your assertions that these are accurate depictions of everything on the night of the stop and that they have had no modifications or corrections of any of the images, the state may move to admit?
That's correct.
Your Honor, we would move to admit state 4185 image as states 4 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection for prelim purposes, Judge.
Admitted.
Deputy, is this how it was inside when you first opened it?
I believe there should be another photo with the sifting pan and metal bowl.
Okay, so there was a sifting pan and metal bowl on top of this?
Correct.
Okay, and then these bags were in there?
Correct.
And do you recall what were in the bags?
Marijuana.
And did you photograph the methamphetamine?
I did.
And Judge, we would like to admit states 4199 as states 5 into evidence.
Any objection?
Not for prelim purposes, Judge.
It is admitted.
Deputy, is this the picture of the methamphetamine that you found?
Yes,
And did it field test positive for methamphetamine?
it did.
And what was the weight of the methamphetamine?
I don't believe I got a weight on that.
Okay. And did you then also photograph the other remaining items that were involved that you had found?
I did.
Okay. And were there numerous items of paraphernalia that would be used to distribute, store, prepare, or package marijuana for distribution?
There was.
Were there pre-rolled marijuana cones?
There was pre-rolled ones and then there was empty ones.
Your Honor, the state will move to admit the photos of the pre-rolled cones as image 4179 taken by Deputy Blake Fisher.
Any
It'll
objection?
be moved to be admitted as state 6.
State 6, any objection?
Not for prelim purposes, Judge.
Very well, exhibit 6 photo is admitted.
And is this the photo of that item, Deputy Fisher?
That's going to be the container that stored the marijuana for the pre-rolled cones.
And what was the difference between the marijuana in the pre-rolled cones and the marijuana in the
There was no
pillowcase?
difference. It was all very finely grinded marijuana, just stored in different containers.
And Deputy Fisher, did you recover, I think we saw it in the video, a significant amount of pre-rolled cones and items that were pre-packaged and ready to go?
Yeah, there was pre-rolled cones, yes.
All right. Your Honor, the state would move to admit image 4178 into evidence taken by Deputy Fisher as State 7.
And what was that a photo of?
It's going to be a photo of the pre-rolled cones that were packaged and ready.
No objection for freedom purposes, Judge.
And number 7 is admitted.
And Deputy Fisher, are the pre-rolls at the top and the empty ones at the bottom in here?
Yes.
Um,
I'm seriously no expert on this, but I think we're talking about a rug dealer, not personal use at this point.
Now, did you find other items of paraphernalia?
Just the sifting pans, butane lighters, and other. I believe that was it. I don't believe that there was anything else.
And did you package and submit items to the KBI lab for testing?
I did.
Did you find any indica of a drug tax stamp on the 3 pounds of marijuana in the pillowcase or any of the other marijuana or methamphetamine throughout the vehicle?
I did not.
And I believe I will pass this witness to the defense.
Cross-examination, Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Deputy Fisher, this started out as a motorist assist call, correct?
It did.
And when you engage in motorist assist calls, what is kind of the procedure that you follow with those?
My first thing is to find out what the issue is and how to get the motorist back on the roadway in a safe and quick manner.
Okay. However, your testimony here was that relatively short after you began this motorist assist interaction, the purpose of your stop started transitioning to a criminal stop, didn't it?
Correct.
Okay. And you had, if I remember correct, your testimony earlier was shortly after you got out of your patrol vehicle at the beginning of this motorist assist, you smelled the odor of marijuana. Is that right?
Correct.
Was that raw or burnt marijuana that you smelled?
Raw.
Okay. And do you have your affidavit on you?
I do.
Okay. Do you recall in your affidavit when you had mentioned you'd first smelled the odor of marijuana?
I believe it was when I walked up to the window.
Okay. And so would that be then when we saw in the video when you first walked up initially then, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And so you noted that you smelled it as you were, and if I'm incorrect here, correct me, please. But you had noted that you were, as you were approaching that window, you smelled it. But was your testimony earlier today that you smelled it when you first got out of the vehicle?
Yes, I was able to smell it when I first got out of my vehicle, but I confirmed it when I got to the window.
Okay. And so, was it at that point that this transitioned more to a criminal investigation stop?
Correct.
Okay. And another question I have is a couple times during the audio, you say, let me go back. Sorry, I apologize. A couple times in your video, in this audio and video that we've seen today.
Okay, this is weird. I had to run downstairs. A lot of times I'll order Uber Eats while I'm streaming, and then I'll have dinner and stream. But they sent the damn robot, and I had to go rescue my meal downstairs from the robot. It was weird. All right, let's carry on.
You go back to your patrol car and call stuff in, right?
Correct.
And one of those things that you call in, you say, "Hey, Sheriff," several times when you're calling stuff in. Is that right?
I say what?
You said, "Hey, Sheriff," when you go to ring in your radio there.
I called in my badge number 8.
Okay. And so when you're making those calls back, are those calls going back to the sheriff's office there in Greenwood County?
To my dispatch, correct.
Okay. And you said that with the dispatch, were you dispatched to this location initially?
I was.
Okay. Do you recall what time you were dispatched over there?
At approximately 10:04 p.m.
Thank you. And were you dispatched by your officer there, by your dispatcher there in Greenwood County?
I was.
Okay. And we also heard some communication with some dispatcher regarding, I believe that was maybe Butler County Sheriff's deputies that appeared as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Was that still communication with your dispatcher, or was that communication with the dispatcher in Butler?
Both.
Okay. So with your system, are you able to then communicate with multiple dispatch houses, for lack of a better term?
I am.
Okay. And when you do that, do you have to change stations on your radio or something, or how does that work?
Yes, I have to change stations.
And if I remember right, one of the things that you had said early on and when you were working on getting this whole thing started was that there were going to be 3 out of the vehicle. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I was going to have 3 people outside of the vehicle.
Okay. Does that mean that you were going to ask them to be out of the vehicle, or does that mean that they were just getting out on their own?
I was going to request them to step out of the vehicle.
Okay. And when you had testified earlier about this, in the course of this investigation, you field tested several things. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. You had testified that among those, did you field test the alleged methamphetamine?
I did.
Okay. And what field test kit did you use for that?
The ones that we have in office, they're mobile detect.
Okay. And what's the process for those?
We swab the substance and place it in the mobile detect device, and it will display the results, which we then scan using our cell phone, and it admits whether it is a positive or a negative result.
And in addition to that, did you test any of the presumed marijuana?
I did not.
Okay. And so your basis of that being marijuana is just based upon your training and experience, observation, and smell?
Correct.
Okay. Sorry, that was a compound question. I apologize. I don't believe I have any further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Any redirect, Ms. Gillette?
The only thing that I'm going to ask Deputy Fisher, at the beginning, we talked about the location of this and you said 323 in Greenwood County. Do you recall the mile marker where Greenwood County begins?
Yeah, the 320 mile marker
And where does Greenwood County end? Do you know?
on US 400 at the approximate 351.
I believe that is the only question I have for him at this time, Your Honor.
What was that last question that ended with the answer 351?
Yeah, Greenwood County goes from 320 to 351.
Oh,
He said this was mile marker 323 within the bounds of Greenwood County.
Okay.
Mexican Coke, people.
All right. Any recross from that?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Gillette, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, the state will rest.
All right, does the defense have any evidence?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. We'll call Sheriff Samuels briefly.
All right. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, please proceed.
Sir, could you please state your name for the record?
Heath Samuels.
And how are you employed?
I'm currently the elected sheriff of Greenwood County.
And how long have you done that?
Oh, just over 9 years.
And did you have any law enforcement experience before that?
I did. Priorly, I was employed by the Lyon County Sheriff's Office for approximately 10 years, where I served as a deputy and moving on to a narcotics detective.
And were you on duty the evening of May 23rd, 2025?
No, I was not.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with this stop?
No.
No further questions, Judge. Thank you.
Redirect, Ms. Gillette. Or, I'm sorry, cross-examination, Ms. Gillette.
All right. I don't have any questions of Sheriff Samuels. We didn't subpoena him.
All right. Any other evidence or witnesses, Mr. Ambrose?
Just statements, Judge.
All right. Well, it sounds like both parties have rested. Is that correct? Or
Yes, Your Honor.
evidence? So defense counsel is interested, as mentioned, he has arguments, Ms. Gillette, but I don't typically hear those very often, but they are always welcome. Ms. Gillette, any argument from the state?
Due to the defendant's incarceration. So the KBI labs, of course, are not back yet due to the short time frame. He was just arrested on May 23rd. It usually takes 3 months or more to get those KBI labs back. We do know they're assigned to the lab technician. They have not entered the results yet as of today. The deputy found the 3 pounds of marijuana based on his training and experience. And the meth was field tested positive. There were numerous pre-rolled, ready to go marijuana cigarettes. There was 1,360 approximate grams of marijuana in this vehicle, besides the delineated out smaller containers, all of which were more than what would be a personal use item. There was, as you saw in the photos, so many
Hang on, Ms.
numerous.
Gillette. Did I hear the witness say that he didn't weigh the substances?
He didn't weigh how much the meth was. He did weigh the marijuana.
Okay. And that was the 1,360.78 as the information alleges?
Yes, he testified it was the over 3 pounds, 3 pounds equivalently or approximately that number. It was in his affidavit, the exact.
Okay, so he weighed he weighed the marijuana He did not weigh the meth. Is that what you just said?
Right, he did not weigh
Okay.
the meth crystals, and he's only charged with possession of meth.
Okay, and that's, okay, very good. I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but I want to make sure I got this right. Go ahead.
That's all right. The presumptive distribution amount for marijuana is 450 grams to 30 kilograms is a Schedule 2 on the schedule. There is more than 3 pounds here that would equate to way more than 450 grams, but less than 30 kilograms, which would equal the level 2 distribution. There was no tax stamp on anything that the deputy found, meth or marijuana. There was lots of paraphernalia for distribution, all of the empty cones, the pre-rolled and filled cones. Things were delineated out in packages. There were sifters and strainers, lots of different containers to have the different stages of the marijuana being packaged, as you saw in the photos. So believe we have met the burden for distribution of marijuana, 3 pounds, which would be a level 2 felony. For simple possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 felony, both the residue in the pipe and the crystalline rocks that were found and field tested positive for meth. There was a lot of paraphernalia here that was used to package and get marijuana ready for distribution, especially with the amount it is. And again, there's no tax stamp on the meth nor any of the marijuana in a pill case or the other containers. We'd ask the court to bind him over on all 4 felonies. If the court wants to bifurcate for the KBI lab on the marijuana, we would understand that. We believe we've met the burden to have distribution of marijuana, possession of methamphetamine, paraphernalia to distribute, and no tax stamp.
Ms. Gillette, did you actually ask him if there were any tax stamps?
I did. I asked him if there was any indication on any of the marijuana in the pillow or any of the other containers or the methamphetamine within the vehicle. And he said no.
Okay. There weren't any on the pictures that he showed either. Okay, Mr. Ambrose, you said you had some argument?
Yes, Your Honor. My argument's primarily going to surround count 1, the possession with intent, unlawful distribution of marijuana charge. Would note that the alleged marijuana that was recovered was considered as such based upon Deputy Fisher's testimony regarding the smell and appearance of it. It was not field tested, so we have no field test results on that. Accordingly, we would ask the court to dismiss that count for lack of probable cause. And if the court was to dismiss that count for lack of probable cause, my argument would be it would also be appropriate to dismiss counts 3 and 4 as well, since they are arising out of the issues surrounding the alleged marijuana.
All right, well, thank you, counsel, for your argument. I understand your argument that you don't have any lab tests, but for years I've often wondered and suggested that we not prolong these cases if we have probable cause that these were indeed the controlled substances alleged. This is not a trial, as you all know, where we have to have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And I do find from the evidence presented that the officer knows marijuana from training and experience and from field test, all confirming the presence of the marijuana. I find probable cause for that, and that approximately 360.78 grams is alleged in the information. Probable cause that amount was present. Likewise, count 2, the officer testified from his training and experience. He knows methamphetamine, although he confirms it That one's a little different where the field test adds the real emphasis to the methamphetamine, the probable cause. So I find a probable cause exists for both 1 and 2. Likewise with count 3 and 4, there were no drug stamps near these items in the photos. Those are the only felonies, so I do bind the defendant over on all felonies. And Missy, who is our judge that will be hearing that?
This case goes to Judge Ricky, and he could do the arraignment 1 o'clock on August 7th.
Oh,
1
no.
o'clock, August 2nd or 7th, you said?
Probable
Yes.
cause and Judge Ricky.
7th. Do that arraignment at that time.
What was the time of day she said?
1 o'clock. Did I understand that right, Missy? 1
Yes.
p.m.?
1 p.m. on August 7th.
Okay.
And I do have, you can tell me, Missy, and you tell me if we need to talk to the judge, if we need to talk to Mandy about it, that's fine. I've got stuff going on at 1, but I do have something with Judge Ricky at 2. If we could set him at 2 and take care of him after Mr. Korn's sentencing.
She said she had 1 or 4 available.
Then let's just do it 4 then.
All right. I'm binding the defendant over for arraignment before Chief Judge Ricky at 4 p.m. on August 7, 2025. The defendant and counsel must be present via Zoom at that time. Anything further from either party?
Not for today, Judge.
No.
We'll let Mr. Williams know. We'll get a time set up to meet with you. We've got other hearings we have to take care of this morning.
All right, so Mr. Williams is excused, remanded to the custody of the sheriff. And Deputy Fisher and Sheriff Samuels are excused, as are the other parties. This particular hearing is in recess.
I am. Ambrose?
Yes, sir.
Wanting a breakout with Mr. Ambrose?
Just real quick, if Missy could do that for me, appreciate
Okay,
it.
because I understand there are other hearings that you may have to go to, so,
Yes.
It'd be,
yeah,
it'd be
we're-
real quick.
okay, real quick.
All right, and then I have the Dave Anisius, and I'm
That was actually really fun.
not sure I'm saying your name right.
That's D. Venetia, Your Honor.
Dave Venetia.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dave Venetia versus Weatherguard. All right, and who is representing Weatherguard? And what are your names?
Carrie Markel, Shane Paddock.
That's the number back there.
Haddock. Okay, and I don't remember if I saw you two when I was calling the roll before. So are you were here? Okay, all right, thank you. Why don't you come on up to the table here then? All right, and this is case 39018. File opened up here, just bear with me. A substantial amount of stuff. Okay. All right, are we ready to proceed? Yes, sir. All right. Raise your hands, please. Do all of you swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. The Divanesias are the plaintiffs here, and you get to go first.
Yes, Your Honor. I want to start off with saying that this ordeal, we're starting from the end of everything, and it's a two-part case. The first part is for damages, and the second part is for special damages. And I wanted to ask, will I be able to address the exhibits that the defendant put up there prior to, or will I better come back to them after?
No, if you want to address any exhibits filed by either party, that's fine. You're not just limited to talking about your own exhibits.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm getting an echo with our other computer here. I'm gonna go and turn it off. There we go.
It looks like you're logged in twice. You need to only log in one time.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that my wife could be part of it, so.
Yeah, I can see her on that screen there, but yeah, it'll help a lot to just disconnect a second computer.
Okay, Your Honor, on the exhibits that I have here, Exhibit 1 is just the estimate from MaxCare. And if we look at page or Exhibit 1B and Exhibit 1C, those show the amount that the estimate was made. MaxCare is the company that my insurance company had contacted to work on my ceiling where the roof leaked, where the ceiling actually leaked. So WeatherGuard was there not to replace my whole roof initially, but to give me an estimate on what it costs to repair and mitigate any more damage to the ceiling before my insurance company could get that internal repairs done. And when they got in to do that, I went up there and I decided, well, you know what? Let's just do the whole roof because I wanted to see if there's any other damage. So the initial call was not for them to do the roof, but it turned out to be just replace the whole roof. I want to see if there's any more damage out there that I need to be aware of. They put everything up, and yes, there were a couple boards that needed to be replaced. This estimate, again, is at the end of this entire ordeal, where Carrie Harpo's last email to us is Exhibit 2, where she said it is not their responsibility to prepare the ceiling. And
okay, I'm gonna have to, Mr. DiVinizio, I need a little bit more of a context here. So you're claiming that WeatherGuard damaged your ceiling?
Yes, sir. When you know,
Okay.
when they came in and did the repair, they replaced the roof. They did not finish the job on the day they started it. And
Okay,
then
so tell me what you contracted with WeatherGuard to do.
to replace my roof, Your Honor.
So they were gonna replace your roof, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did they do that?
They did, but they did not complete it on day one. And they covered what they thought was enough, but it started raining that evening and somewhere in my exhibits here, I talk about the rain. It started raining at 11 o'clock at night, rained all night until the next day. And at 7:30, their roofing crew came back to complete the work, but I would not let them get up there to do any more roofing because it's raining. And the reason being, I'm sorry, sir? Your Honor?
Then that rain damaged your ceiling? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a
Okay.
photo in here of an area that they did not cover. The rain came in from the side, got into the attic space, puddled up there, and soaked all the way through the ceiling sheetrock. Now, I would not let them work on day 2 because it was still raining. I had to call Carrie Harpo, explain it to her.
I need to ask a couple of more
Okay.
questions,
Okay,
okay?
Your Honor.
I'm just kind of framing this up. So the rain came, the rain got through whatever protection they put up, it damaged your ceiling, and then did you incur some costs as a result of your ceiling being damaged?
The cost would be to get it repainted, Your Honor, which is what the estimate is from MaxCare.
So and how much did it cost to repair your ceiling?
It has not been repaired yet, Your Honor.
How
Is that
much
what-
will it repair your ceiling?
$2,690.02 based on MaxCare's estimate. And may I add, Your Honor, MaxCare is a restoration company that my insurance company brought in to repair the original damage that was in the kitchen, not in our vaulted ceiling.
Okay, so you think they owe you think WeatherGuard owes you $2,060 for what it costs you to fix your ceiling?
For what the master estimate is to restore my ceiling to what it should look like, and which is
Okay.
to paint it.
Are there any other damages besides that?
There were other damages that were taken care of. The gutter was damaged as well by their crew, and they took care of that. That's something else that I wanted to discuss, business practices. But as far as this portion of the case, Your Honor, the actual ceiling damage that needs to be painted, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Mhm.
In addition to that, there was also replacing the insulation up in the attic. And again, a question on the business practice for that.
Okay, so are you saying that the water that got in also damaged your insulation?
Yes, the insulation was damaged, and when we went through to look for where the leak was coming from, their foreman cut open the roof of my house. Instead of going through the access area, he cut open the roof, got in there, started looking around, checking on insulation. He didn't find the leak. So I got up on the roof, got into the hole he made, and went in there, and I told him it's got to be further in where the water's at. He refused to go further in, so I had to personally get on my, straddling the joist up there on my hands and knees, crawling up forward into the attic where I actually located where the water
Straddling the joint, the joist. Is that what the kids call it now?
came in. And then their foreman having, after I told him that, hey, there's where all the water is at, we're all pulled up, he came up and took some photos, which WeatherGuard did not provide his photos on their exhibits. The movie they provided was something entirely different. So he took photos of that. When Shane Haddock came over to do the, and this is where we go into the second part where I talk about their business practice. When he came in to do his damage assessment, he looked up, saw the ceiling, saw the stained paint on the ceiling where water had puddled and soaked through the sheetrock. And then I asked him if he wanted to go and check out the insulation, because I expected that to be refurbished as well or refilled. The first question he asked me was, who moved the insulation? And that just to me is like, okay, now he just went defensive on me. He's that first question is kind of like, if we didn't move it, we're not going to be responsible for it. My response to this question was, we both did, his foreman and myself. So he goes up, he looks at it, and I guess he made this little movie up there somewhere. And then he comes down, and I ask him, now do you want to see the gutter? So we go out to the gutter, and he does that, and then there's a few things there, but that's again for the second part. I want to get back into the ceiling portion. I have photos on exhibit, I have an affidavit, exhibit 2A, about the water damage and stuff that went on, and then a text message that was sent to a wrong number, exhibit 2B, and then exhibit 2C is an email to Kerry Harper to discuss moving forward. And then exhibit 2D has the photos that are related to the ceiling.
Yeah, I see it now.
The photos, Your Honor?
Yeah, it was just like a cover page. I've got the photo now.
So 2D-1, Your Honor, that's the one that shows.
I see it.
2D-2, that is a photo of the ceiling, Your Honor, but those have problems uploading. But if you look at exhibit 2E, that is a snapshot of from my camera. Those spots there are because my camera can't zoom that well, and they're scratched in there. But that's the paint job they left us with in our ceiling. A company like this, I would imagine, should have contacted their insurance company and said, our crew created some damages. We need to get it taken care of, but they chose to try to work some different angles and deals there. And this one here, this last piece of it, they don't want to come back and take care of it the right way. They want to claim that it's not their responsibility that the paint don't match. Somewhere around here, I do have a photo of the water spots that are on that ceiling that was created by the water that came in and pulled up.
He said I can't come back. Okay, yeah, I mean, I understand the nature of your claim here. It's pretty straightforward. It sounds like according to your claim, the weather guard was hired to do the work to replace your roof, that during the initial phase of the work, the roof wasn't adequately covered against rain, and that some of the rain got inside, and that rain damaged your ceiling and your gutter, or the workers damaged your gutter, I guess, and then also your insulation was damaged.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're incurring costs to have those things repaired.
To have the ceiling painted using MaxCare, the restoration company, as opposed to the person they brought in to do the paint. I have other photos here of.
Sure. Sure. Okay, and then, so is that an accurate sort of summary
Yes,
of
Your
what
Honor,
your claim
for the
is?
first portion of it, Your Honor, it is.
And tell me about this second portion. What do you mean by that?
The second portion is how they conducted this business. Let me go to my affidavit here. Again,
Before you-
even back when Mr. I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Hold on a second. Before you go into this section about their business practices, is that relevant to anything I need to decide?
I think it is, Your Honor, because of the stress and duress for the general damages. I discussed this with a lawyer prior to filing my case. And what they told me was because of the small amount of the actual specific special damages, which is the estimate to paint the ceiling, no lawyer will take it to court because it's so small. And normally when you do that, the general damages would be 3 times the amount of that, which what I'm asking for is less than that. The stress they put on us, the duress, every time they came up with some different angle. Let me give you an example. We were walking through the damage assessment. We go back to the house to look at the gutter.
Stop.
We sit up there. Shane looks at the gutter. We discuss why his people did not protect that gutter when they got up there, and he says they have the equipment. I don't know why they didn't do that. And then he looks at it, and his comment is, "Now, we could just bang that out and paint it." And my response to that,
I'm all about banging it out, but you're screwing up your case, dude. You need to shut up. It's a little shaky anyway, but the judge is kind of rolling with you, and now you're crushing your own credibility.
is no. I paid $7,000 to have my gutter put up there. There's a lifetime warranty on that gutter, and I expect that lifetime warranty if I sell the house, that transfers to the new owner for 50 years. So we're not just going to bang it out and put some paint on it. So then he claims he knows a guy and he's going to give the guy a call. So he does that. He calls the guy up, and I'm scratching my head because I already notified Leaf Guard and asked them what the replacement is for this, and if it's covered, which it's not. So for 5 to 15 minutes, he's talking to this individual that supposedly works for Leaf Guard, trying to negotiate a backdoor deal to drop off a 44-foot run of gutter so that Leaf Guard's personnel could install it for him and get whatever.
You're trying to bang out a backdoor deal here.
Backdoor payments were involved in that. But it turns out the individual who was talking on the phone for the first 5 to 10 minutes did not recognize Mr. Haddock, did not remember having any kind of deal with Mr. Haddock. And it took that long, and eventually the gentleman relented and said, "Oh yeah, okay, now I know you. Yeah, what can I do for you?" And that's when they got into the portion of bringing in the gutter. So I wasn't comfortable with that, but you find out if you have an opportunity to look through my exhibits that throughout the whole time I am fairly passive. I just give a thumbs up. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I just want it all gotten done. So he leaves. He supposedly had a deal with that individual. He leaves, goes to another work site. About 2 to 5 minutes after he leaves my house, I get a call from the Leaf Guard. And Leaf Guard is Adamant, Dana Preston. She was my manager.
Wait, how did Adamant get into this?
For the original installation of my gutters. I get a call for her, and she's very adamant about, you need to make sure this job gets done by Leaf Guard. And I say, well, yeah, the contractor was talking to a Leaf Guard representative.
I know what he means. I know he means adamant, but he really pronounces that like adamant. He does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At least he doesn't say parking.
And she's adamant again. I got to make sure that you understand this. You need to make sure that this job for replacing the gutter gets done by Leaf Guard. I said, okay, I'll get back to you. And I immediately called Shane Haddock. He must still be driving.
I got goody two shoes going through my head right now.
So I left a message. His guy on the other end must have dropped the dime on him because Leaf Guard wants to make sure that this is done through them, not through his side door or back door. So this is what I'm talking about, business practice throughout this whole thing, which comes down to, brings us back again to the ceiling. They sent me a message, say, we want to have someone come in and paint it. And my response was, by someone, do you mean a company or a buddy? Well, Terry Harpo did not appreciate that. And her response is in here again. It's about how it's her job to respond to that. And she's not going to be responding to that antagonistic thing, but that's exactly what it felt like they did. Felt like they brought their buddy in. He shows up on a Prius with ladder strapped to his car, brings in a ladder, sets it up against the wall. Actually, 2 people came in, one to do the installation, the other one to do the ladder piece. And well, back to the duress and stress. So I tell wife Young what's going on with the gutter, and she's upset about it because, you know, trying to do a backdoor deal instead of just getting it done the right way. And then when these painters come in, they didn't have the right size ladder, so they had to go buy a ladder and go get the paint. Well, I didn't give them a sample of the paint because I don't have one for the ceiling. What they did was they put a strip of tape off the attic access. I guess the guy that went up to do the installation, he put a strip of tape off the attic access, gave it to the painter to go and get that match, and that's what they matched to paint my ceiling, which is not paint for this ceiling. So they go out, they come back having had to buy a brand new ladder.
Jump in here. You know, I don't think this is really important to deciding the case. If there's damage to your ceiling or damage to your insulation, you may be entitled to recover for that damage. That's true, but you know, the way they, you know, describe it, the way they treat you, that sort of thing, that isn't really going to be relevant to me deciding the case for you.
Well, again, that would be the case for the general damages, Your Honor.
Small
if I may, Your Honor.
Just like that are generally not available anyway. The small claims is for, you know, readily ascertainable damages. The kind of the mental or emotional condition that you experience as part of this is not really part of your damages.
Well, Your Honor, if I understand that, Your Honor, if I may, the reason
No, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. You got to have special damages here. You gotta have quantifiable, specific damages. We're not getting into pain and suffering and feelings. There's a place for all that stuff, but that's it. This is not it.
I want to push through with this, and we can stop right here if that's your call. But stress, Your Honor, gets built up over time, and we're talking about from October up to September, November.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's not the measure of damages in this case. We don't care about your IBS. We don't care about your feelings. We don't care about your stress. If you want that, file a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Satisfy all those elements. You can't. And then look for damages that way.
And on December 7th, the day after they came in and painted the ceiling, when they raised the ladder, my wife instructed the painters that, hey, don't lean that ladder. You need to wrap that ladder around the egg so you don't damage my walls. The painters did not listen to her. She had to talk to me about it so I could get them to bring the ladder down. And this is all built up now. Stress builds up on a daily basis. And I believe that all this stress that they contributed to my wife's asthma exacerbation, which put her in the hospital on December 7th. Every little piece that went through, that we had to go through, and that I had to explain to my wife what was going on, added a little more stress to her. Now, I'm not saying that it caused her asthma. She has asthma, but all these stress pieces build up.
Anxiety leads to constipation.
And they came in on December 6th. They wouldn't listen to her, the homeowner, and bring the ladder down until I got involved. And I think that extra anxiety and stress just blew out her asthma and contributed greatly to the asthma exacerbation.
We're not going to be able to.
I understand that, Jan. I know.
In the absence of medical testimony and experts, you can't maintain a medical claim like that. There's no evidence to support that here. Just, it's your opinion, that's fine, but there's nothing to substantiate that here in the evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, the lawyer advised me of that, and he said the only reason why we can't go to a full court is because it would cost a lot more money just to get an expert testimony.
Yes, and it's not worth it, and you would lose anyway. The attorney was being honest with you. You're wise to just go try to get your roof fixed. But no, that's not enough money to interest an attorney. We know. Shut up.
And all the documentation, so I understand, Your Honor.
All right, well, what I'm interested in, I mean, like I said, I think the summary of your claim and what it's based on is pretty clear and understandable, and there's evidence in the form of your testimony and exhibits that you've submitted in support of your claim. And I'd like to hear what WeatherGuard has to say so that I can make a decision for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so which one of you
So,
is
Your
going to
Honor,
start?
I'm not even sure that the damage was even caused from our job. When I showed up onto the job, MaxCare was already doing like ceiling remediation in his house. They were already fixing several areas of the home. We had a foreman on the job, 27 years experience. When the rain came in, the job wasn't finished overnight. He covered the whole roof with plastic. I'd asked Raymond, I said, Raymond, what happened? Why didn't we dry the roof in? He goes, Shane, I did. It's dry. Everything is dry. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to go see him in the morning. So we'll address it and see what's going on. I already felt it was awkward the whole way through. So I started a video from the time that I got up into Romy's attic there. And I just started recording it as I crawled in deep into the attic as far as he wanted me to go. As a matter of fact, I said, Romy, why don't you stand here on the ladder so you can see in here while I'm in here? So I crawled all the way back to the back. Can I present the video to you that I took at the time?
Tried to send it, but your system won't open up an MP3.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, I can't take a device.
So the attic is fluffy white insulation.
Mm-hmm.
The water stains. So, and also the water staining showing up overnight. Usually a stain doesn't just show up from a little bit of water overnight. Like he told me that the insulation's completely damaged. He wants me to tear the sheetrock out of his ceiling. He wants all the insulation replaced. I said, whoa, look, let me get up, take a look at it. So when I got in there, it's like, Romy, I said, this is all bone dry, bud. Clicking on the sheetrock, not a water stain, not even a residual bit of moisture in there. I said, I think this could have been from some time before, but we'll still take care of it. If you want me to paint around that little light for you, I will. I go, I'll do that. But to tear all the sheetrock out of your ceiling and all the insulation and everything, I think it's just a little over the top. I go, but, and I've been a roofer, I've been a representative, thousands and thousands of projects for 35 years, 15 years representing Weather Guards. First time I've ever been in front of a judge or anything for this, which is relevant. But so I said, hey,
this guy, I don't know that he's right as a matter of law or whatever. I wasn't there, but this guy makes a lot of sense to me. He really does. He's convincing.
I don't mind taking care of that spot for you, but these guys already got a color swatch on the painting they're doing on your ceiling now. Would it be all right if we just got the color sample from them? He goes, no. He goes, that's up to you guys to figure out. And I go, well, you already have a company in here that has paint available for the other areas of the ceiling and everything they're doing. I go, we have a painter. I'd be happy just to have them. He goes, no, that's for you guys to figure out. You did the damage, you figure out the job. And I go, well, could have been a rodent peed in the attic. I don't know that it's even our job. It's bone dry. I go, but we will take care of it. So I said, well, where would you like me to get a color swatch from? So when we took the hatch off the ceiling to get into the attic, he said we could take a little corner of the piece of the swatch off the corner of the crawl space hatch. So I said, gosh, they're already using that paint. I go, it'd sure be nice just to be able to know what kind of paint they're using. He goes, yeah, that's just not for you. You got to figure that out on your own. He says that you guys did the damage, you figure it out. So I said, all right. So we did. And Israel's a painter that has worked multiple millions of projects. I have duplexes. He's done all spot painting. Everything's worked out perfect. He had a tripod ladder in the back of his SUV that he uses, and it folds up and it makes a tripod. So I don't know where he'd been leaning the ladder on the wall, but he went up there and he did it. So the paint around so we went out and got the paint and we did everything and we painted up the job for him. After, it's very hard to communicate and find a time to do this. And then once it was done, he says, I said, hey, Romy, is it okay if we come out and do this? He says, young wife is in the hospital right now. If they don't get it done in the next couple of days, she will get out, not to let anyone in the house before she gets home. I don't want any visitors until next year. And I said, I'm very sorry to hear that, Romy. I hope she gets better soon. I'll get an answer for you today. Okay, so when I showed up to the house, she was on the couch, very sick from pneumonia is what he told me that she had. She had a box of Kleenex and everything. And then after we had spoke, he told his wife, okay, you can go upstairs now, he tells her. So she got out of the equation, but obviously lots of medical issues, asthma, whatever it was, way prior to what we were even doing. So without rambling on, I'm saying I'm not even sure that we're even the ones that even caused the damage to this. Out of ill fate, good fate, we said, yes, let's take care of those little stains up there. Then he takes me around to the back of the house and shows me the gutter. He's been servicing the gutter or his roof for years. So when I asked my foreman, he said, no, we had a guard up. We didn't even damage the gutter. And I said, Romy, you could probably just tink that little bit back out there. I go, but I understand. If you want the gutter replaced, you could replace the gutter. So I've got a guy, Craig at Leaf Guard here, that I've worked with lots of different projects. His phone number's on speed dial on my phone. And I said, hey, bud, we got a section of gutter here. The Leaf Guard gutter gal gave her a bid for $3,700 to replace a little section of gutter. I think that's pretty crazy. Is there anything you could do to help us? And he goes, oh yeah, absolutely. He goes, I could talk to the office. We could get a section of gutter dropped to 40-foot gutter. Because you guys want to pull it down, we'll put it back up. Good to go. And I was on the phone with him, with Romy, and Craig, he works on a couple projects out at Delphi. So when I was identifying myself, he's like, oh yeah, Shane. Took a second to gather who it was. I don't talk to him every day. But anyways, he was happy to do that. And Romy says, no. I'm not comfortable with that. I've already talked to a lady at Leaf Guard. She's already given me a bid. I just want to use them. And I go, you know what? All right, put the gutter up. I'm not going to dicker over who did it or what did it or whatever. The Leaf Guard fella told me that he would install the gutter for $450 and we buy the parts. Perfect. That's a great deal. But Romy said, no, we're not doing that. He goes, I want these guys to put it up. I want the person that I worked with directly. So we just said, all right, just get it done. We paid $3,000, $3,700 or something for the gutter, Terry.
Payments.
And then we've tried several different times.
The gutter's been fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we put a whole new gutter on, $3,700 put on there. So then, we had mentioned, Romy, doesn't look like that color swatch is perfect around that light. So we'll help you with getting that painted back up, is what we said.
It wasn't a matter of the paint mismatching. It was the
gloss.
The feature of the paint. So it should have been semi-gloss or flat, and it was a more glossy, and that's why it's.
But when we did, it looked perfect. He was happy with it.
Yeah.
After we were done, he was like, oh yeah, it looks great. I can go with that. He said, I can deal with that. And then after I leave, like 2-3 days later, he calls up, he goes, hey man, this isn't going to work. This paint's not working. He goes, it doesn't look good. I want my whole ceiling painted. I go, the whole ceiling in your house? He goes, yes, I want the whole ceiling painted. MaxCare is the company I want to do it. And I want them to repaint the whole ceiling in my house. And I said, well, and then that's when Carrie kind of got involved with him calling the office. And
My purpose is the clerical administrative. So I confirmed the date that we were coming out to install the roof. I've communicated that. And then at the end of the job, put together photos, the invoice, the warranty, and I hear nothing.
took forever to pay.
Well, it was a 2 months delay, and that's fine, but
Yeah.
it wasn't communicated with the office. Our terms are due upon receipt.
Has the roof been completed?
Oh, yes.
An amazing
And
job, half the
has
price.
Mr. David Nisi paid the agreed upon price for the roof,
60 days later, yes.
but it's done.
Yeah, everything's done. And we did in good faith address the issues. It's just that we did not meet his
These people are reasonable. They've convinced me.
required standard. And
I
it's
don't know what
given a
happened.
judgment on our character, and
We could have got the paint from the MaxCare guy, took a little roller in 5 minutes, been out of there, but he didn't want us to. He didn't want to give us the paint swatch. He said, this is your damn, but I don't
it's
even
just
know it was
been a
our damage.
difficult job.
It could have been rat pee for all we know. We don't even know that we even did the damage. It was completely dry, 100% dry. In the video, you can hear the sheetrock knocking. You can see I
think we're
videotaped all the way through.
Getting to the point where we're
Yeah,
repeating
yeah.
things
I'm
that
sorry.
we've already done.
I'm sorry.
so I think now I've heard your side of it. I think I've heard Mr. David Nisi's side of it. And, there was a lot of material to go through here, in the material that both of you filed for your case too. So there's just quite a lot to it.
Your Honor, if I may.
But yeah. Now I already heard your side. So like I told you in the beginning, I hear your side, I hear their side, and I make a decision. So I know believe me, I understand that you don't agree with what they said. I expect that. I knew that going in. So, in order to prevail in a claim here, it's kind of like I've explained, for some other cases, the plaintiff's got to prove by preponderance of the evidence that they're entitled to the judgment. In this case, this is a contract for work for replacement of a roof. So the plaintiff's got the burden of showing that the defendant failed to comply with the standard of care in the job of replacing the roof, and that the failure to comply with some standard of care in the replacement of the roof caused damage to the house. And the claim that the David Nisias have made is that the roof job wasn't secured against the weather, and that as a result of that, some water got inside and the water caused some damage. Specifically, the water caused some damage to some paint, to the ceiling, I guess you could say, including the paint, and to the insulation. There's also a claim that in the process of working on the roof, there was some damage to a section of the gutter. So against that, we've got the claim from WeatherGuard that there was a proper job done of putting the roof on, including a proper job of securing the roof against the weather, and that the discolorations that were indicated on the ceiling were not the result of any failure on the part of WeatherGuard to secure the roof against the weather, that it's some other cause that predated their work on the house. So, you know, like I said, there's some pretty substantial evidence in this case, and there's some pretty diametrically opposed views on how the damage came to be done. But it sounds like even though WeatherGuard in general denies that they did anything not up to industry standard in their work, that they nevertheless undertook to do some of the repairs that Mr. DeVenecia claims were the result of their inadequate work. But that they didn't do it to his satisfaction, that there's still some lingering problems out at the house that need to get fixed, and that WeatherGuard is responsible for those things. So having heard from both of you and listened to the evidence, reviewed the written evidence, including the photographs that have been submitted, it's my judgment here today that the DeVenecias have not carried their burden to establish that WeatherGuard failed to secure the house against the weather and cause the damage that Mr. DeVenecia claimed to that. I'm satisfied that WeatherGuard did in fact perform their obligations under the contract, including securing the house against the weather, and did not cause the damages claimed. So I'm going to enter judgment in this matter for WeatherGuard.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought he was making. I thought the guy made an okay presentation to start with, although you have to hear the other side. And then he destroyed his credibility by whining and doing all this like really ticky-tack BS, touchy-feely kind of crap. And then I heard from the defendants, and I just believed him more. Plain and simple. And I think the judge made a good ruling on it. I really do. Those are fun. Those are two long ones. All right. I'm gonna go pass out. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Behave yourselves. I definitely am not bailing you out today.